Hey everybody, Katie Sutton here, intuitive channel and founder of Zen Within Academy and the New Earth Now School with your December 2025 energy update. I am so excited to bring through the themes this month. It feels like a very important month where we're in a state of transition, but we're starting to receive the new. So let's dive in. Okay. So the first theme of the month that the guides brought through is called Embracing Transitions. You have heard me speak a lot this year about the fact that this is an ending year, a 9 year, and end of a cycle. And we are moving into a 1 year next year. December is the month where it is time to slam the doors shut on anything that is not working, anything that is not serving, anything that's out of alignment. We really did a lot of this work in November, but I am witnessing as I'm working with people that there are some places where we're still hanging on to some really old paradigms and some old ways of thinking and old ways of being that we just know are not serving, but we are afraid to let go of them because we don't know what the alternative is. And I think December is going to be about being in this liminal space, this in between space, which is pretty uncomfortable for most of us. We like to know where we stand and we either want to be in or out. And we're going to be in the in between this month. You're going to have places where things are completing, you're going to feel resolved in some things. Maybe there will be some relationship shifts, or maybe a project gets done, or something that you've been working towards all year really completes. And then there's going to be this energy and this inspiration starting to activate this month of what the next thing is. And some things you might be able to take immediate action on and start moving forward. But the reality is that for most of these downloads that you're going to get of, oh, I want to move in this direction in this part of my life, you might get a little bit done, but really we're not going to get a lot of steam behind that until January and February. So it's important that we are finding our pace. And one of the themes that I'll talk about later is finding our rhythm. And that's going to be the overarching theme for December. So, in this idea of embracing transition, slow down. Be willing to be in between worlds right now and in between roles and in between identities. Let it be okay that you don't know what your next step is yet, that you are operating in this in between place and you're still figuring it out. I think that Sagittarius energy, which we're going to have a lot of this month, is very curious. And you hear me talk about curiosity a lot as a way to navigate these stuck places, or when we feel like things aren't moving forward as quickly as we would like, to just really be in this state of openness and curiosity and watch what the universe brings into your field and what you get guided to and what you get inspired by. And you might also have this month, as we're in this transition energy, and a deep urge to simplify some things and to bless what is ending in your life and really honor what is ending. There might be a grief energy that comes up with this. I think the holidays bring around a lot of grief anyways, but you might be feeling more this month because we have so many endings happening and chapters closing, doors slamming in our lives. And I also think that there might be an impact on the physical body in this, where you're more tired than usual or your energy levels are a little lower. And I actually think that's us down regulating to the season of completing these endings and not rushing forward into the next thing. So just pay attention to your body signals and make sure you're taking good care of you this month. And always with the holidays, where we've got an eye on, are we taking care of ourselves? Are we showing up to create the best level of capacity for ourselves to care for the others that we are bringing into our experience as we are moving through and navigating the holidays and spending time with family members that we might not often see? Okay, we practiced a little bit of that in November. Some of you have told me that you had that theme of hard conversations come through really strongly and really speaking your truth. And so this month might be a little bit of kind of living in that new truth as well. Okay. So let's go on to the second theme. And this one is quite interesting. All year, the guides have been working with us on our money stories and receiving and this breakdown of materialistic society that is happening in real time and the breakdown of the typical success template that we see. And so we've worked a good bit this year on all of those themes, but this second theme is releasing illusions of scarcity. And this has less to do about money. I do know that when we get into holiday season, there's always this feeling of, oh, do I have enough so that I can buy the gifts and give in the way that I would like? But what I actually think that this is about, is there enough love, support, and time and energy for me to really be who I want to be and who I am at my core? And it seems like as I've been working with people, they're showing up and they're in such a state of depletion in connection and love and feeling resourced in time and energy. I think this has been a really hard year. I have talked to many of you in session and know that we were asked to face some very hard things in the collective and some very hard things personally this year. And there really wasn't a lot of room to look away because we were in this kind of hermited, inward focused year where we're shedding a lot. And that is taxing on the being. It may feel like you have run so many marathons this year and you just need a break. And it may feel like there's not enough energy in your bucket to be able to get through the holiday. Just pay attention to what would help you to pull out of this feeling of scarcity, whether that's time, energy, money, love. How can you nourish yourself to be able to feel resourced in the way that you need to? And just pay attention to the triggers that are coming up for you this month around scarcity. Maybe there are some ancestral stories or some societal things, and really make a decision that there is an illusion energy at play there. One of the reasons why we have such deep polarity and deep power dynamic struggles on this planet is because there's an inherent belief that there's not enough to go around. That if somebody is in power, that there's not enough for everyone and that power is limited. Or if somebody has money, that money is limited. Or if somebody has love and connection, that love and connection is limited. And honestly, that is not true. We have created a lot of systems and structures that uphold that belief, that make it appear that there is a lot of scarcity and limitation, but there is more than enough love, connection, time, energy, resources to go around. And I know if you're in a state of constriction in one of these areas, it may not feel like that. And it may feel crazy to think about taking a leap of faith and opening up into this abundance, even though you're not seeing it right in front of you. And so you will have to sit with what is triggered when you think about, hey, maybe this idea of scarcity is just an illusion that I've been fed that keeps me in competition with the other humans around me. This is a control structure, right, in our matrix. And if you look at Mother Nature, she's not operating in this scarcity mindset. She operates in a state of deep abundance, and she operates in a cyclical nature that honors the abundant periods and the wintering periods. And this is the invitation that we have as humans, is to be informed by nature and to start to operate in more truth around the perceived scarcity and lack that we have experienced. And if you are someone who tends to overgive because you don't trust that you're going to receive love any other way, that's one way that this scarcity program runs, right? You might also be someone who feels guilty when you rest or when you say no or when you choose yourself. That's another place where this illusion of scarcity program is running. So it's not just in this higher degree mindset of, is there enough to go around? It's in our day-to-day actions that are on a very subtle level. The scarcity is driving behaviors that we're trying to transform. And so I think that we're going to pull back the curtain a little bit this month and see, oh, there's a deep program inside of me that says that there's not enough to go around, and that's why I have to perform in this way, or that's why I have to behave this way. And as you are willing to look at that scarcity program, it will help you to transform the undercurrent and the trauma stories that exist from your childhood, from other experiences in this lifetime and in other lifetimes, that keep you stuck in the scarcity mindset, that keep you in these patterns that are maybe not healthy for you. So really pay attention to where you've unconsciously agreed to live in lack, because we wouldn't consciously say, oh, I'm agreeing to live in this lack mindset. This is places like lack of rest, lack of boundaries, lack of receiving. It's important that we work on this because this is how we begin to heal the nervous system when we're in a chaotic time like we're in. If we're still operating from scarcity, we're going to be in that chaos with the systems that are breaking down. We're going to be in that hustle frequency. In order to reset the system, we have to claim the rest. We have to claim the love. We have to claim the connection whenever we can. And the universe and the world around us is not going to slow down to make that possible for us. We have to claim that. And that's part of releasing this illusion of scarcity. Okay, so let's go to this third theme of December, which is joy resiliency. I have been seeing some interesting things in people's nervous systems in the last few weeks. And one of the bigger themes of the year that I think we've all been working on is dismantling this kind of wounded masculine success template and claiming a more healed, balanced, divine masculine and feminine success template that says that I might experience pain, but I can also experience joy. And my capacity for both can expand. And so this month, we're not going to be bypassing hard things. This is not spiritual bypassing. It's building the capacity to experience the joy. And what a great time of year to practice this when there are opportunities all around us to be in childlike wonder and joy and to experience the positive qualities of this very materialistic season in December, to get back to the heart of just celebrating being in connection with others and being in joy. This joy in your life, when you welcome it in, can be a stabilizing current for your whole system. But so many of us have conditioning from childhood that when we experience joy, there's another shoe that's going to drop. And so we actually put governors on our joy quotient, and we limit our ability to be in presence in those moments of joy and to really feel those exuberant, ecstatic feelings. And we do that to try to protect ourselves from disappointment, which is so beautiful that we have this coping mechanism that we have developed to navigate a very traumatic world that many of us live in and have experienced even in our childhoods. And it's important that even when there are hard things going on or something's messy, that you give yourself permission not to be taken so seriously, that you allow yourself to laugh in the moment of vulnerable messiness, that you savor the small little things of beauty when the world feels heavy, that you take the time to trust that your being in joy is a positive and helpful contribution to the collective field of humanity. You enjoying something and taking pleasure in something is okay, even if the world is struggling, even if those around you are suffering. I think this is hard, especially with some of the things that we have going on in the collective consciousness, to remember that we are allowed to be happy, that we're allowed to have moments of lightness. This has been a big teaching for me this year as I've been moving through this grief process after losing my dad. There were moments where I was like, oh, I'm supposed to just be grieving. I'm not supposed to be okay. And what I've learned and what has been so valuable for my nervous system and my being is that I can hold both. And we talked about this a few months ago, of this idea of holding two opposite frequencies at the same time. When we expand our capacity to receive and be with joy and be present to it, we also expand our capacity to navigate the harder emotions as well. And it's important. It's important that we practice and we expand this emotional field. So many of us are operating in such a narrow band in our emotional body, and that is really not what we came here to do. We came here to have the full breadth of the human experience. And like it or not, emotions are a part of that. Joy is a part of that. Grief is a part of that. Anger is a part of that. They're all just energy in motion. And joy is just like any other emotion. We are allowed to experience it to the degree that we can. If you are somebody who has old stories around it's not safe to be happy, This month might be the month where they are rising up to be cleared and to be released. And you might find yourself desiring more play, more connection time, more creation time in order to help you process the big feelings of the world, of what you're navigating in your experience. It's perfectly okay to laugh while crying and to use laughter as a way to process energy and emotion. My guides will sometimes, when I'm in session with clients, will bring in some kind of joke or something funny just to activate a different energy in the field so that heavy, dense emotion can be buoyed a little bit and we can experience that laughter at the same time as we're dealing with something really heavy. And I appreciate that about my team, that they have a really good sense of humor. And I think we probably all have guides on our side that are helping us and trying to direct us towards or guide us towards more joy and more laughter. So just notice where you are lacking resiliency in being able to be in that joy and try to expand your capacity. Really lean into exercises that support your nervous system, into moments of connection. Maybe there's something that you really want to do and you're like, I'm just going to deprioritize that, or I need to do this other thing. Choose the joyful thing. Give yourself permission to do the fun thing this month. I think the world needs it. I think we all need it. This has been a hard year and we have a lot more work ahead of us. We're moving into a brand new, I think they're calling it the fire horse energy as we move into next year. That's a lot of yang, a lot of active energy. So just celebrate where you are and celebrate all of the wonderful things that you have moved through and accomplished this year, and really take time to be in appreciation of yourself too. I think that's a part of this joy resiliency. So let's move into the fourth theme, which I think is going to be like our overarching theme for the healing circle this month, which is on December 10th at 7 p.m. Eastern. So finding your unique rhythm. Okay. One of the bigger topics this year that has come in consistently every month for me as guidance in sessions with clients is that this was a year to really go inward and figure out who the heck we are and find what works for us. And it was also a year to pull out of the templates that we've just been given from society levels, from ancestors, from our parents, from wherever, of what it means to be successful. And a lot of those templates had a lot to do with materialism and possessions and money and things. And what this has allowed us is a opportunity to, as we dismantle those programs, to start to tune into what makes me happy, what helps light me up, what is my unique rhythm, what is my unique vibration, what is my unique frequency. And so as we're releasing the scarcity and embracing transition, December's inviting us into our own personal unique rhythm, the pacing, the timing, how we move through life, not in a way that fits anybody else's mold, but is unique to us. And one of the metaphors that the guides have been bringing in is they keep showing me this image of a group of people dancing, and they're all dancing to the same music and the same beat, but their rhythm and the way they're moving their bodies are totally different. You have some people that dance very slowly to a fast beat. You have some people that dance very quickly to a slow beat, right? And it is somehow making a tapestry where we're all weaving in and out of one another and working together. I see this a lot when I'm hosting ecstatic dance with my partner, and we just watch the way, I just love to watch the way people choose to move their bodies to the unique tones and frequencies that come through in the music. And we are all so different. We're not meant to all be operating at the same pace in the same way all the time. And this gets a little tricky when we're bumping into somebody else in relationship and their rhythm is slightly different than ours. It's coming to dance with a new partner. Ooh, they've got their style and I've got mine. And there is a place where we can meet in the middle, where our rhythms kind of coalesce and we begin to find this more co-creative energy with one another. But what I'm feeling in December is that we're preparing to move into next year where this idea of community and co-creation and collaboration is going to continue to expand. That's really the name of the next 5 years, I would say. The name of the game in the next 5 years is this community, collaboration, mutual aid, all these things that is buzzwords right now in social media. And in order to really be good at that, we got to figure out what our rhythm is first. We got to figure out what works for us, what actually fits our body, what actually fits our nervous system, and how we can be more efficient in our unique makeup. If you're somebody who's neurodivergent, your unique rhythm is going to be very different than somebody who isn't. If you are somebody who tends to be more introverted versus extroverted, your rhythm is going to be different. If you're somebody who operates more in your feminine in cycles, that's going to be different than somebody who's leading from their masculine, who operates in consistent, measured, structured ways. There is no right or wrong answer in this rhythm. It is finding your unique state of being. Okay. And as you're doing this, there's this attunement exercise that kind of comes in where we're listening to the cues of our body, we're listening to our intuition, we're feeling into what we need, this combination of rest and stillness and activation and alone time and connection and creativity. And we're putting together the perfect recipe so that we can activate our unique rhythm and be in a state of flow. I almost called this theme activating your flow state, but then this whole metaphor of dance and rhythm came in and I couldn't say no to it. So that's what I went with. And when you are listening to your body and you're listening to the cues of your emotional landscape and your mental landscape, and you are tuning into that and honoring it, everything works together in harmony. So when we drop into alignment and we find a unique rhythm within ourselves, we have harmony within all of our systems. And then as we have harmony in our systems, it expands our capacity to be in harmony with other people's different systems as well. That's where we start to find this beautiful energy of co-creation and collaboration that works in harmony, not in disharmony, which is what we're trying to build towards. So this is a month where I really don't want you to be pushing through, overriding, or matching the pace of other people. You are being invited to notice what speeds up and what helps you slow down. Noticing that pacing that is unique to you and being in and choosing environments and practices and relationships that help to regulate and align your system, prioritizing that over other places. I know there's a lot of opportunities in the holidays, typically for connection and parties and things. Notice what's going to align with your rhythm and really honor that. And let your yes or no come from a sense of knowing in your body, not from an external obligation or expectation. That's another way that you can really honor your rhythms and really keep to your unique soul frequency and what aligns and works for you. And you might notice that what works for you really doesn't work for your partner or your friend. And so this also includes being able to communicate why something works for you. Why is this rhythm and pacing better? And why, when they ask you to do it a different way, do you get stuck or do you get irritable or do you get triggered? Like, what is the trigger for you? And a lot of you are doing some really deep nervous system healing work right now. I've been working with my nervous system for the last few years. Just in the last couple of weeks, the things that the guides are showing me about where our origin points of nervous system dysfunction are coming from and how far back in our current timeline and our inner child landscape that goes is just boggling my mind. And that tells me that at a collective level, we're starting to get deeper and deeper into the root of why our systems are out of balance. And if we look at the bigger picture of the systems in our world and the structures in our world being so out of balance, it makes sense that we would start by getting our internal systems in balance first. We got to start inwards first, and then the outward starts to reflect that. So adjust your schedule, adjust your rituals, your work habits, really attune this month to what works for you. And I think when you do that, you're going to very quickly get input from the universe in the form of more ease, more synchronicities, and more creative flow. And that's going to inspire you to want to lean into this unique rhythm even more. I think when we get positive reinforcement of, oh, when I honored me, look at all of this space that opened up and look at how easy that project came together. Look at how there was less drama than ever in this holiday celebration that I put together because I found my flow in it. When you honor this, you're going to get positive reinforcement in some way, and it's going to inspire you to want to do it more. And when we're building new neural pathways or we're resetting the nervous system, The way that we do that is by having new experiences that are happening in that more positive expression. We can't always go back and fully reset what happened in our childhoods or what's happened in our past where we were out of rhythm. But what we can do is have new experiences of what it feels like to be in unique alignment with our truth. And as we do that, our skill sets and our abilities also expand, because I believe that the more we're in alignment, the more this channel is open and flowing, the more divine inspiration comes in, the more unique gifts come online, the more ways of knowing how we can be of service start to come forward. So that's the invitation this month, is to find your unique rhythm. And we'll be covering all 4 of these energy themes on December 10th in the upcoming Healing Circle. And this month, I'll also be releasing our Journey to Avalon that we're planning for next May. So if you're interested in connecting with the heart chakra of the world, stay tuned, because I'll be releasing that to my newsletter and on my website very soon for registration. I know some of you are on the waiting list to get early access to that, so that email is coming. And I'm excited to see what next year brings. We're moving into a brand new beginning. So allow this year to come to a close, allow the doors that need to close, and maybe open a few windows with some new inspiration. Okay. Have a great month, everybody. Thanks so much for watching.